Hello, everyone. My name is Pier Washpon, and I am the Youth Leadership Council Program Evaluator at GreenThumb. GreenThumb is the program that provides material and programmatic support to community gardens all across New York City. We are excited to have you here tonight. Please join us for a short presentation about youth at GreenThumb Gardens. I'm joined here with Lillian Reyes. Lillian, would you like to unmute yourself and introduce yourself to everyone tonight?
Hello, my name is Lillian Reyes. I'm the Senior Outreach Coordinator for GreenThumb. I work close with nature gardeners as well as youth gardeners and Bronx Community Gardens. I'll be helping Perry with the presentation today. Welcome, everyone.
Welcome again. Thank you for tuning in for the 37th Annual GreenThumb Grow Together Conference. My name is Pier, and I use pronouns she, her. I'm going to share a presentation, so bear with me for just one moment. I'm going to share my screen. Hey, welcome everyone. Thank you for tuning in tonight. We are going to be presenting about youth at GreenThumb Gardens. The presentation is titled Cultivating the Next Generation of Community Gardeners. I just want to let everyone know, a reminder that we are interpreting this presentation in live Spanish. So if you look at the bottom of your screen, you can click over to hear this in Spanish as well. And please remember you are muted. So if you have any questions, please write them in the chat. We appreciate it and we'll get to it at the end. GreenThumb Youth Leadership Council and other examples of youth engagement in gardens. What is Youth Leadership Council? The Youth Leadership Council is an intensive gardening program for youth ages 12 to 21 to work alongside community gardeners in the spring and summer months for a minimum of 20 hours. These youth are learning skills such as maintaining a garden, horticulture, composting, how to work on a team. And during the season, they are exposed to different social events hosted by the community garden that they participate in planning for, gardening workshops, and certificate completion ceremony at the United Nations is another feature of the Youth Leadership Program Council. What are the benefits of joining a garden or youth being in the gardens? Well, one great benefit is spending time outside. And we all know that we cannot take spending time outside for granted. And more benefits include making new friends of all ages. This is an intergenerational learning experience. Youth are learning hard skills like carpentry, planting, composting, growing and harvesting what they grow. And also they are cultivating a team spirit along with cultivating the earth. Here at your left, at my right, there is a youth at the United Nations garden during the YLC graduation, holding a green bell pepper. Here we have youth from a 2018 Kickoff Event at the urban farm at the urban farm at Battery Park. They're there to meet community gardeners, exchange ideas, and plan for the upcoming garden season. Here we have a photo of youth in 2017 at the United Nations. They are holding up some icons of the Sustainable Development Goals. And the youth are really excited to be there to take a tour of the United Nations garden, as well as present what they did throughout the garden season. So they have the opportunity to share and present all that they did in the garden throughout the season. Digging deeper, highlighting more of youth contributions in the garden. In 2019, specifically, 133 youth completed 2,016 hours of community service in the gardens, and they contributed to a collection of 43,000 tons of compost that the city collects each year that's diverted from landfills. Here we have youth at GreenSpace on 4th. They're standing in front of the mural that's at their garden. Highlighting more about GreenSpace on 4th in Brooklyn, they presented at the United Nations in 2019. They are a native plant garden, and they also are involved in composting and rainwater collection that all contributes to the sustainability of their garden and their city. These are some icons on the side that are related to the United Nations Sustainable Development Goal. You saw some of these icons in the previous slides. If you were here for the presentation at that point, these youth identified these specific icons that relate to the work that they did at the garden. So we have sustainable communities and cities, life on land, responsible consumption and production, clean water and sanitation, as well as life below land. I just want to go into some more photos, give you more of an opportunity to see youth working hard in the gardens. Here at Skyline Garden, the youth are surrounded by vibrant greens. As you can see, this is some kale, and they're here planting. Next, they do learn carpentry, so they are building, and they are having the chance to work together to build raised beds at West Brighton Community Garden in Staten Island. Here we have pictures of some chickens. On the left-hand side, you can see the Hattie Carthing Community Garden in Brooklyn. Those are some chickens that they have. And on the right-hand side, my right-hand side, you can see Far Rock Urban Agro Education Center Farm in Queens. 2019, 2020, we were recruiting youth for gardening, but as we all know, there was a global pandemic and still is a global pandemic. So engaging in the gardens physically looked a lot differently. Youth were engaging through workshops online and watching garden videos and having the opportunity to discuss that in a remote, safer way. So they're still learning how to compost, plant, and all the areas about compost, about horticulture, but they just did it from behind a screen. And this is our YouTube page, New York City Parks GreenThumb, that you can subscribe and follow after this presentation is over. There are some videos at the bottom, but there are many, many more videos that you can learn from on that channel. So for example, here is one youth from Green Patch on Walton, Imani, who is showing off her thriving plants and her windowsill garden. After watching a webinar called Grow Greens in Your Windowsill, facilitated by community gardener and educator at Brooklyn Botanic, Maureen O'Brien, this youth, Imani, was able to grow all of these beautiful greens from home. Other ways of engaging youth and gardens. GrowNYC is a large organization that is partnering with GreenThumb and the Department of Education to inspire and promote more engagement of ages of youth in K through 12 to learn about gardening and have more experience in contact with gardens. So they also provide workshops and programming. You can go to their website to learn more. Summer youth employment. Summer youth employment, or also known as SYEP here in New York City, commonly known as SYEP, is the largest youth employment program that is run by New York City Department of Youth and Community Development. Here, this photo is of youth at La Isla Community Garden in 2019. So each summer, youth ages 14 to 24 are connected to career opportunities. And one way youth can still gain some employment, but also work in the garden is through SYEP. GreenThumb acts as a matchmaker between the gardens and the local organizations that help the youth explore these career opportunities. So here on the side, about 5 to 10% of the gardens throughout the city partner with SYEP. Next slide. Another way to engage youth is through youth development organizations or local community-based organizations that work to inspire youth to lead healthier lives through sustainability, nutrition, and spending time outdoors. One is Harlem Grown. I said I was from Harlem. I still live in Harlem, and spotlighting them. They have summer programming, and I would advise you all to go to their website to learn more. A lot of programs were canceled or changed their mode of engagement because of coronavirus, but we don't know what the future holds soon, and summer is shortly approaching. Here we have another opportunity for longer term engagement. East New York Farms has a 9-month internship program for youth ages 13 to 15 to be involved in all aspects of running the half-acre organic farm. Of course, they don't do it alone. They do it on intergenerational teams, and they're working alongside community members who are teaching them and guiding them along the way. Staying in Brooklyn, we have GreenGuerillas, another organization that has a program dedicated to youth in gardens. The program is called Youth Empowerment Pipeline, and they engage youth 17 to 21 to develop campaigns, workshops, and projects related to food justice. And this program is youth-driven, and I know that they are actively seeking recruits and young people, so go to their website to learn more about how you can apply. Last but not least, we have here the Brotherhood Sister Soul organization that stewards the Frank White Memorial Garden in Hamilton Heights. They have a summer internship program and also a year-round environmental leadership training program called the Gaia Renaissance Collective. And they will also be presenting tonight from 7 p.m. to 8 p.m. And we know that you have been writing some questions in the chat, and we really appreciate that. I want to show you the last slide about following us on social media. And if you have any questions further, you can contact us at greenthumbinfo@parks.nyc.gov. Thank you so much.
There was no questions in the chat. So if you have further questions, just add them to the chat as we move along to the next presentation, we'll answer them.
Yes, thank you. Okay. Mm.